one study here looking at the contraception, using contraception or control pills. So usually this is like a synthetic estrogen mostly, right? An ethinyl estradiol, and looking at the influence on the vaginal microbiota. And so really the take home here is out of the gate. The vaginal state was significantly modified. Hormone administration apparently corrected the alterations, but has the potential of being an accurate tool. Where is it right here? Here it is. I'm sorry. Statistical significance associated between this is contraception and normal microbiota was observed after 3 months. When the vaginal microbiota was modified at 6 months, inflammatory reaction was detected in almost half the women. So only 7 women, but it created an inflammatory state in the vaginal microbiota.
Okay, so just to confirm, you're saying,
and then also yeast colonization was increased, and it created an inflammatory reaction in 3 out of 7 women, and it altered some of the beneficial bacteria in the vaginal area. Now, small study, but you can see, 3 out of 7, it affected this. And this is what we see clinically with a lot of our female patients, is some of these things can be affected because it's affecting, 1, it's creating inflammation. 2, it's causing more yeast to grow, impacting some of the good bacteria. And how does it do this? It does it mostly via pH. It's like if you alter someone's digestive pH, right? Let's say you give them a proton pump inhibitor, you're going to have all kinds of digestive issues and maybe even nutrient deficiencies that can affect things long term. Obviously, with birth control pills, there's other things they do. They can create issues with nutrient absorption, or they can cause nutrient deficiencies in areas of B vitamins, folate, and also calcium and magnesium. So we see a lot of women that do birth control pills have a lot of those nutrient problems. So if you're on a birth control pill, ideally it's better to use something that's more barrier based, or if you want to set it and forget it method, potentially looking at the Paragard, which is a copper IUD. You just have to make sure you can handle the copper. I find if you want to set it or forget it, the copper tends to be better than the hormones. But ideally, a barrier method, it's not internal all the time. It's probably better. So that just kind of gives you a couple options there.
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories about the copper ones too. So like you said, it could be a problem, but that's very interesting.
Not everyone has problems with it. I mean, women that tend to cramp a lot, they could have, because that cramping, that IUD being in that uterus, sometimes that can cause pain, but it just depends kind of where women are. Some parents maybe pushing their kids to have a method because they don't want their kid getting pregnant, and maybe they feel like they aren't responsible enough at maybe 18 or 19 and they want to set it and forget it method. If you want that, I would recommend doing the Paragard before you go to a hormonal method.
Yeah, for sure.